Hi, it's Romy here. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. This is the April 2020 reading for the sign of Aries. So happy birthday season to you. If you're a sun rising or your moon is in Aries like me, this may well resonate for you. I love the energy in this time of year. It's so spirited and delivers us so much courage and heart. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's coming out for you. If you would like to connect with me, you can head over to my website, romywyser.com. You can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and I have a membership group over on Patreon. Let's go ahead and see what's coming out for you in your birthday season, Aries. Thanks. Hey Aries, it's your solar returns, and today is the new moon in Aries, 24th of March. So beautiful blessings to you. I think that you can use this charge of energy and direct it first and foremost inwards as we invite the aspect with Chiron, the wounded healer, to show us those very tender parts of ourselves that really need the kindness, the love and the compassion more than ever right now. Doing that first and foremost, and then sending that warrior of love energy out into the collective. So we open up your April reading with the energy of the sun, which I really love to see for you, that beautiful charge illuminating and reminding you of just how much passion and compassion you have. And I think more so than ever before, the current energy landscape has cracked open within you this desire to want to radiate positivity, to want to step into your true potential, to want to be the best of yourselves, to want to help, to deliver warmth and joy, and to connect with those that really need to feel the power and the empowerment that you can offer right now in your solar returns. That sense of confidence and courage to just step up, to find the best of any situation, and to find that seed of positivity and possibility that is absolutely existing in every single moment right now. On the 3rd, we have Venus moving into the sign of Gemini, and in this sign, Venus wants to communicate, wants to open up, it wants to connect, and it wants things to be light and fun. It wants to see more joy and radiate that sense of optimism. And even though we have a sense of sanctions, we have this heavy restrictive energy that might be imposed in our current way of being, our way of living, it doesn't mean that we can't tap into that beautiful sun energy right now. There's nothing that says we need to stop finding that sense of humor, that we need to stop being loving, that we need to stop the way that we can connect into our inner child. And in fact, more than ever before, you're being afforded the opportunity through this month of April to return to a time of play, a time of ease and flow, and being more present and in the moment. And even though the Emperor comes forward with that sense of heaviness and responsibility, you know, you can still walk forward with that sun on your back, you know, because what we're talking about is inviting in change on such a global scale, and it's about the way that you're bringing in sustainable change within yourself, you know, by connecting into your inner child, by reminding yourself about how you find joy, how you find moments to be happy in spite of the chaos. That's when you really start to allow the spiritual evolution to take place, and you start to be able to see the positive that is radiating out from any current situations. The world, of course, linked in powerfully to the sign of Saturn, which is now moving into Aquarius and your 11th house of groups, of humanity, and it's wanting to see radical solutions. It's wanting us to do the work to do things differently. The Emperor, of course, very linked as a cardinal sign into your sign, Aries. So what it's also saying is that in this time you have the opportunity to step up, to be the leader, to create a safe environment, to be the person that can make those powerful decisions, to be the one to be relied on. And I think you're getting that energy from both the sun and the world to help you to do that. So if you're feeling compelled, if you're wanting to step forward, wanting to be of service, you know, knowing that you are feeling in a place of alignment with yourself, then I think April's going to give you the opportunity to cut through any doubt, any fear, any anxiety, and just step up. I see you stepping up and showing up. Ace of Swords is affording that fresh, clean slate. You know, it's allowing us to kind of go back to the beginning in many ways. And at what point the beginning is for you is very personal on your journey, Aries. So whatever aspect of your life this is impacting the most through this month of April, you're being invited to have that truth talk with yourself, to reconnect, to find the positive aspect to what is going on, and then to harness that Emperor energy, not to see the heaviness and the restriction being imposed upon you, but rather to work with it, not against it, to deliver something that's really beautiful, and I'm going to invite in a completion to a cycle that you're really ready for, Aries. Of course, the Ace of Swords can sometimes bring in a little bit of fractious energy, you know, sometimes some conflict in and around communication. And on the 4th, we have a Jupiter-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn. It's the first of 3, the second happening on June 30th and then November 12th. So what's happening in and around the 4th, pay attention, because you will be revisiting this a couple more times this year. Of course, it's a time of incredible power and it's very intense, but there is a ruthlessness to it. So just make sure whatever side you're standing right now, Aries, you're coming from a place of what's for your highest and best good, and from a place of divine love. Invite in that beautiful star energy, you know, the healing, the compassion, the kindness, the tenderness, the beautiful connection into your own guides, to your higher self. Rise above, don't go low. This is the time to go higher, and that way you can direct this very karmic energy of the conjunction and be generous of heart and focus on the good that it can deliver, rather than tapping into any kind of individual ambition or power that isn't going to serve, because karmically speaking, it's just not the time to be moving in the wrong direction. To be honest, I just see you being flanked by such bright, powerful guides through this month of April, Aries, that I think you're just going to feel so compelled to be in the right place at the right time, helping the right people from a very selfless perspective. And you know, that truth that you will unleash within yourself is perhaps going to show you aspects of where you have not given yourself permission to really thrive, you know. And the Ten of Swords is beneath the world, affording that sense of completion and ending. And you know, for many of you in the current landscape, you might have just experienced a profound sense of ending or loss to one or more aspects of your life, but this is really coming in to show you that the sun is still going to rise. We're still going to begin with a brand new cycle, and particularly under this new moon today, you're being invited to now set those seeds of intention from a completely different perspective, with a sense of clarity and knowingness unlike you've ever had before. And yes, the Ten of Swords can be painful, but your star energy is bringing in that healing and compassion to help you navigate through this time. And there's a sense of real, not only support from spirit, but also those around you. I just feel like you have so many earth angels kind of showing up to help you when you need it most. And in fact, perhaps you being one of those earth angels at this time as well. You know, the Ten of Swords is sometimes where we actually needed to let something go. Something had to fall away or come to a point of completion. On the 7th, we have a full moon in the sign of Libra in your 7th house of relationships. This is your polar opposite sign, Aries. And you know, this full moon again is kind of intense, but it's very progressive. It also has an aspect with Neptune, so there is a sensitivity that comes in. Again, a card of Temperance. You have beautiful healing energies coming through in your April reading, Aries. And it's talking about a sense of balance and moderation. More than ever through this month, it's helping you to readdress your life in really powerful new ways. You're getting to look through a completely different lens at how you've been, the way that you've lived, how that you've expressed yourself, the way that you've worked, the balance that you've had from a work-life perspective or with your family or with your partners. That full moon, of course, illuminating those key relationships in your life. A need for patience, a need for compassion, a need for finding the right way to move around this particular journey that we're all in at the moment. And I think that under this Ace of Swords, there is this need for us to be very open and honest with ourselves and then those loved ones that we have in order to make those profound changes that we need to. I'm just going to move this up a bit so that we can make sure you can see this card on the camera there. Okay. Temperance, of course, also links into the sign of Sagittarius. So you may well be dealing with a Sagittarius energy right now, Aries. Beautiful rainbow. I love this because I think the rainbows are being really used right now across the world, just reminding us of that sense of hope and blessing and optimism coming through. Three of Wands, I also love to see for you because I think this is about you stepping up, you know, this is about that leadership quality with the Emperor. You know, you're being very guided, the star guiding you to say, here's where we need you, Aries, here's where you can make an impact. This is what you are ready for. This is how you can make the adjustment. This is about you looking down the line, over the horizon, using that amazing ability to start over, to begin something from nothing, to be the initiator, to be the warrior, to be the one out in front, leading the line. You have the capacity to do this in so many ways, you know, whether that's showing your family, your loved ones, whether that's by starting something new, a new initiative in your community, something to do with the work that you're doing or a new direction that you want to take. I just love that Three of Wands to give you the wherewithal to be able to just really show up and just take responsibility. Knight of Pentacles, again, is just saying be consistent. Don't let all of the hard work that you have done, all of the things that you may have been working on, all of the focus that you've had in specific areas fall to the wayside. It doesn't mean that things are not going to fall back into place again. In fact, probably in more magical ways than you could ever have imagined. And if you find yourself on pause right now or being focused or pulled in a different direction, understand there is absolute divine timing at play for that very reason. You are needed to be in a specific place at a specific point right now because of what you will learn, who you will become, how you will change, what you will receive. This is a time of great blessing. So be focused on the way forward, on what comes down the line, because something that you have to offer is going to be needed. And that might just be the way that you communicate something about your energy. So the falling away or the letting go of what needs to is going to create space for something really beautiful in your world, Aries. Let's go ahead and see what oracle cards are going to complement your reading today. The Seer, future prospects, decisions to make, seeking guidance. Okay. Well, first of all, I think this is really linking in with that Three of Wands energy. Okay. We have this beautiful waterfall that's coming down at the back of her here, which is just talking to me about the flow. Being in a state of flow is really important, allowing emotions to surface as they do and just pass through. The fact that, you know, for many of you, you may be receiving some really powerful visions or, you know, psychic intuitive hits through dream time, or just like feeling more awakened than you ever have before, almost getting a glimpse of what's coming down the line of who you want to be or where you're going to end up, kind of post all of these energy shifts. But, you know, she's coming from a place of quiet contemplation. You know, she's comfortable and at ease in her environment right now. She's looking out to nature to be reminded about the way that the earth wants to communicate with us right now. Again, this beautiful tree is talking about the grounding and the anchoring, and that Knight of Pentacles for me is also linked to it, just bringing in that sense of normality almost, and finding a sense of routine and normality in amongst what might be a very different type of energy landscape than you've experienced before. But the seer is saying that you are going to be making choices and decisions through the month of April that could well change the complete course of your life. And that's also something to be excited about, Aries. So, you know, this is a time with that sun energy at the beginning of a brand new cycle for you to be optimistic. Sun in Aquarius, opportunity. Again, we have another rainbow coming up, readiness for change. So many of you are ready for change, and perhaps this unusual unfolding of events has really been a catalyst for you. And I think through the month of April, you're going to be taking some time to really think about what that means for you moving forward. And it perhaps might just give you that final push that's needed, or allow you to think about something in a completely different way. But certainly the rainbow coming in is affording you a blessing. It's bringing healing into a situation where you need it most. And we've just come through Aquarius season at the beginning of the year. So what were you working on? What were your hopes and dreams and ambitions at that time? Spirit is saying don't lose sight of that. You know, we're going to be returning to it, but what you're going to bring back into the energy of those things following this month of April is really needed. It's going to make all the difference. So, you know, Aquarius also linking into that star energy right at the center of your reading. Aries, I hope this has given you some illumination for the month of April. If you would like to join me for the extended reading, it's another 20 minutes or so, and I'm going to go ahead and pull some clarifying cards. First of all, I would ask you to just focus on a specific question that you would like to have answered if it hasn't come up in the cards. And I'm going to go ahead and pull us a couple of cards that will be specific to that question. We'll cover that in the extended reading. Okay, so let's just clarify these. You have some beautiful major arcana coming through here. 5 coming up in your reading. 5 out of 9 cards, you know. Situations and events somewhat beyond your control, but so many beautiful energies. Restoring peace, restoring connection. 8 of Pentacles with the Sun. More positive news on the horizon regarding work for some of you. Queen of Cups energy. Empress and the 6 of Wands wanted to come out there. Okay, wow, that's very powerful. Empress and Emperor energy. 10 of Pentacles in the World. Very strong family cards coming through, of course, for many of you. Profound change happening in that area. Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. Love to see that today with our new moon energy. I'm also doing a tarot card of the day over on my Facebook and Instagram for the next 30 days. Today, the 24th of March, was the card of the Ace of Pentacles. You might like to check that out. 4 of Cups with the Star. The Tower also wanted to come out, and the 7 of Wands. I'm just going to take all of those. 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords. You know, we can't sugarcoat it. This is a time where there's an awful lot of pain being experienced. There's a lot of anxiety and there's a lot of fear. However, there's so much opportunity, there's so much love, there's so many blessings. 9 of Wands. And the healing that's coming through in your reading is really profound. The 3 of Swords is such a cleansing card as well, I feel. Okay, Page of Swords with that 3 of Wands. I love this. I just think really innovative solutions and ideas that you're bringing to bear. If you have something to share, if you have an idea, like, you need to be putting it forward right now. This is the time to explore it. Your manifesting capability to really draw in the right people and resources to make a difference for you and others is really high in April. Page of Cups and the 2 of Wands. The Hermit with the Seer. I imagine this Hermit card's going to be coming out a fair bit in my April readings. And the Wheel with Sun in Aquarius. Okay, beautiful. If you'd like to join me, I look forward to continuing this conversation. Otherwise, Aries, I wish you a beautiful solar returns. Thank you for tuning into the channel. Please do drop me a like and a comment if you've enjoyed the reading, and make sure you're subscribed. And I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Take good care of yourselves and your loved ones and stay safe. Bye for now.